I was 10 when we left. I'm 70 standing here today. The last million years seemed to be standing still. And just like that, they were gone. I had to travel out of season. These colors of brown and tan, roadside gravel and the petrified knot, the high school student looking for fossils on his uncle's farm finds the big Dakota. All this going in. Native voices disorient me, and then Karen points at the ceiling and says, "Look, 459 million years in 90 seconds. I still have Koopy's voice in my head. How he got his name from hanging out with Papa Peterson, who chewed tobacco, carrying it in his back pocket. And that's right where Coop was, with that Copenhagen.
What are you cooking?
Teddy Roosevelt.
You're cooking Teddy Roosevelt?
I'm cooking Teddy Roosevelt. I'm cooking some steak for Teddy Roosevelt. We're gonna have some little tacos here.
Better turn the heat up. We're the only ones here.
My brother Chuck. The two of us went back one summer, and we listened to Grandpa Charlie and Carl Offerth telling stories. Charlie was the straight man, and Carl had all the punchlines. Charlie asking questions, Carl answering, the two of them sitting in the city shop behind the park. Carl would tell about those Minuteman missiles underground and how many gallons of water leaked into those underground holes. Charlie laughing, Carl the local professor, two local cops chewing up time on the city's dime. In those days, they called it the city. Carl talking about fertilizers turning topsoil to concrete until angleworms couldn't penetrate soil. I tore up the house looking for those poems. I wrote down everything they said, put them poems in that green folder. They got lost in the move. I can see them, but I can't put my fingers where. Gone now. Just like Charlie and Carl. There's a layer of story in that shallow sea will keep you on the edge of your seat. Jim Bodeen, 14 November 2015. Discover your time in North Dakota. North Dakota is all about time, and time is your best friend, or it better be soulmate, if not exactly ally. One doesn't pressure time, which is like the other, even if it's really nothing doing. Reversing the urgency, enabling possibilities for waking. Geologists can show you the line in the sand where the meteor hit, and there's not one dinosaur above that line. Karen and I, we were kids when we got together in Seattle. I thought I was all grown up when I came back from the Army. I worked medevac at the 85th Evac Hospital in Vietnam, and Karen worked in the bank. State fossil. Wiping gravel from trucks off ancient trees helps me find the knots. Worm-shaped Dorito mollusks, cousins to clams, mussels, and oysters, 60 million years ago burrowed through trees
rib
near
cage.
edges
And the
of warm
scapula.
swamps of this shallow
Yeah.
ocean.
That's the scapula. And the rib cage is underneath. And the sternum is up at the top.
What's the sternum?
It's on us, it's right here.
So here?
Yeah, that at the end there. But over here, you can see more. We kind of laid it out. So there's the scapula and the sternum, or that U-shaped thing.
You read this. How did it get into this position for me?
At first glance, it may look like a jumble of bones, but take a second look. How did it get in this position? Paleontologists believe that soon after it died, a wave of mud folded the body in half. The mud also sealed out oxygen, helping to preserve the skin and bones of this animal.
But this one was found by a high school kid down in the southwest corner of North Dakota. It hasn't been put together yet, but it's one of the top 5 in the whole world for being complete, because they can even see the color of the skin on it. You know, and normally it's only the bones that they find.
When was this found?
About 10 years ago. And this kid wants to start his own museum down in his little town. I'm not sure it'll fly because it's not on a tourist route at all.
I bet he wants this one back.
But we've done all the work on it.
The Bakken Formation right here.
And Junior Crest told me they found another. Where is it? There's another.
These two right here.
There's another layer below this Bakken, but the 3 forks, but they won't let them drill there yet.
We saved all of our letters from those days that went by as slow as they went by fast. We've had all of this time together, half a century. We worked, both of us, thought we had time to burn. I only wanted to be Karen's door prize and write poems. And what I got were all these stories of people walking through our lives like we'd invented them. I guess maybe we had. Those shirts back in the museum at Bismarck, hanging in that light with all those reflections, those shirts came into my life like a sea change, come through story and dream. The ghost dance is one thread, Crazy Horse another, shirt wearers, what that meant, how it all changed my life. Karen's my navigator. She studies beads. I don't know if I'd ever left the house without her.
Kola vikashumke kiaya iankelo.
Fahnish naguka wahu na narahna nogur. Tiras stehu sahnish witirana neshu. Ach nestatu tuchitag huknanu. Anuna rich nestatu tutawewu atna neshu. Nikuti nawaruhti. Hede uagihe aru abds agu made shahe hesha awagaz mawashere gua.
And the thing is,
That's the mothership back there.
she tells me where to turn and stuff,
And the juniper
but she doesn't tell me where to go. She leaves that up to me. it wasn't as though I had any place to go, any place specific in mind, if you know what I'm getting at. We learned together how to move like this. And that's part of how we learned what our love meant, what our story was.
Those horses are safe. Why not me, as Bob Dylan saying.
That town I came from, that North Dakota town, way up in the corner of the state, Bowbells, Burke counties, had those railroad tracks on both ends of town. They were the boundaries. Everybody inside those boundaries were safe. Everybody got taken care of, more or less. And we had to leave like a lottery number. I didn't know about lottery numbers, but we had to leave, and Dad built that trailer and hooked it onto the Plymouth. It was a 53 Plymouth. There were passes in Montana. We couldn't make it over, and we turned around and had to find another way.
Oh, Karen?
The High Line coming down from Browning.
This is North Dakota. The end of these days. What do you have to say to those oil trucks?
I don't know. It's pretty sad. That's not about, there's one. We had a beautiful last night in North Dakota at the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, Cottonwood Campground, now we're overlooking Medora and going down to see what we can see in Medora.
We'll go to that Theodore Roosevelt Museum. President Roosevelt was here in 1883. along with that young aristocrat from France.
It's 37 degrees right now.
My fingers just froze out there taking pictures this morning.
It was like a bus route for us. My mother cleaning houses, me writing it all down, her North Dakota story. I grew up and Dad died and Mom had a life, and later when she got sick I'd be with her and doctors would look at me asking what's going on here without saying it. I'm Lucille's biographer, I would say. She saved my baseball cards and I carried her story. Karen and I, we walked everyone we loved to the cross. We found every gravestone we could find and took pictures, writing it down, tracing it back in time. That's how we learned our steps. Here we are in North Dakota Badlands, Makoshika to the Sioux, no good land, sacred land at the same time. Theodore Roosevelt in our ears. I wish I were with you out among the sagebrush. Jim Bodeen, 14 November.